everything you need to build a profitable business and to take the hassle out of your hustle. So, today is Tuesday, right? So that means it is time for the Digital Diva to bring to us what's happening in social and digital media. This is the place. This is where you need to be. This is marketing with Coach TJ. You are in the right place. Get a pen, get a paper, take some notes, and then do what you hear today. So, TJ is coming at us from New York City. Are you ready? Everybody
Yeah,
live?
I am ready. Just getting my iPad ready. It wasn't ready. I like to put it on.
Everybody who is live and on the replay, we want to thank you for tuning in. TJ has got some nuggets for us today.
Yes, I do.
She's all about the demographics, and you need demographics to help you plan for the future so that you
Yes,
know
I
where
do.
you're going, so you know where you're headed. This is why we are here today. So,
Yep.
without further ado, the Digital Diva, Terry Johnson, online everywhere. Take it
Hey,
away.
everybody. Whew. It's been a rough week, and yeah, a week because last week we talked about Twitter. So things are
Yeah.
still happening with Twitter. So we've got to talk about Twitter. We've got to talk about where we need to go because since we talked in the last week, a lot of other things have happened. Musk has fired like half of the Twitter staff. He's said that he wants everybody to pay $8 a month. It was about a blue check. Now it's about everybody paying. There's so many like confusing things. So we're here to get rid of the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And my opinion, I've said I love Twitter as a research tool. I can take it or leave it, but seems like a lot of people are leaving right now. A lot of people. And just yesterday, Whoopi Goldberg announced on The View on her national ABC show that she was leaving Twitter. And a lot of celebrities, a lot of prominent people are leaving. So where does that leave us? Well, here's the good news. If you haven't used Twitter, you don't have to use it anymore. You don't have to even think about it. Twitter's still around. It's just that it's volatile and it's not the original purpose is not there anymore. There's a new owner who has in his head what he wants to do with it, and we don't know what it is. So as marketers, as small business owners, and you want to get in front of you want to get in front of the most people you can because you need to attract the right audience and bring them in your customer journey. We talk about all this stuff. So you got to be where the attention is. So I've got some numbers, some social media graphics. We're not going to go overboard with the numbers, but you need to know data in order to help you plan your strategy. You got to have some numbers. So I've got some major numbers from Statista, I think that's how you call it. And they do surveys and they make sure that they ask the right questions and they get the latest numbers on different things. So I focused on social media usage in the US. But first, let me show you something about Twitter. So I'm going to add this chart. So let's look at this. This is eMarketer insiderintelligence.com. They do studies too. So that's another source. There's a lot of places to go for numbers. Pew Research, I think, is one. Piper Jaffer. There's a whole bunch. But I like to get a lot of cross information. So this chart is about US Twitter users. And the source is eMarketer November 2021. Now, I know this is 2021, but it was November, so it's pretty recent. It's about a year. That's pretty recent with statics, with data and statistics. So this is talking about the change in users between 2020 and up to 2025 projected based on, you project the numbers based on what you have today. So what do we think about when we look at this? Just offhand, you don't have to look at the numbers. Just look at the visuals of it.
Well, it's down from where it was.
Mm-hmm.
If the blue line is indicating of where it was, It's down from where it was.
So look at, and also look at, just not even the numbers, just look at the lines. Do you see any increase in change? Do you see anything that looks going up?
Nope.
No, pretty much the same.
Yep.
So we talked last week. I said an app needs what? Money
Money.
and users.
Right.
An increase, actually an increase in users. So this is not good. And this is before Elon Musk bought them. Okay.
So they weren't doing good anyway.
They haven't, they were, and I've read some information on Twitter from one of the developers and one of the programmers that he's no longer there, but he was there before 2016. And he said they almost, it was almost dead before 2016. And then a certain person came along in 2016. You all know who he is. And that kind of revived them a little bit and gave them some fresh blood because there was interest.
Remember back in 2010, they didn't reach profitability until 2010.
Right. Right. And now you could say today, well, they have Twitter Blue. I think some of the numbers I saw was like they get 6 million in revenue from that, which is, that's not even a drop in the bucket. That's like 1/4 of a drop in the bucket. And they need to fill the bucket. So I just wanted to show you this just to see that there's no growth here. Really what we need to see is there's no growth. So no growth means we don't need to be there as business owners because there's no growth. Now Twitter has let me remove this just for a second. Let me bring it back here. Okay, so Twitter, Twitter has value as research, a resource where people are having conversations up to the minute. I mean, up to the minute. Like today is election day. If you wanted to go and find out what was going on right now, and you would have to look for some valid people responding, like there's lots of journalists there. So I could go there right now and get instant information locally about the elections or about different things or trends in the US or worldwide. That's the value of Twitter. Now that's because people are there using it happily. Happily is a key. Happy to be there and use it. That's no longer there. That's no longer there. So it makes me sad to see this go. And I said last week, I said a year or two. It might be less than that now. But while it's there, it's like a plane that's going down. And you know it's going down. But just, can you get off? Yeah, you can jump off. So I use it just, as long as there's information I can pick from it, I'm there. But I'm just saying to you, if you've never used Twitter, you didn't like it, you could just, bloop, you don't even have to think about it anymore. And even if somebody buys it, which I don't know who would buy it.
Well, see, I have always thought to myself, this, like you said in your stats, it was already going down before Musk bought it. So yeah. I think they were just happy that he bought the thing because they were on their way out. It was like,
okay, yeah. You got to look at the people. Yeah, look at the people who have stock. The CEO, the Musk fired the CEO, the CFO. All those guys got golden, and women have golden parachutes. So he's trying to, there's some legal stuff going on where he's trying to fire them for cause, which means he doesn't have to pay them that golden parachute, but they're gonna get it. So, like you said, it was like as soon as he said I'm going to buy Twitter, and he said it as a joke or whatever thought he had in his head, and they were like, okay, bet. And they had him on the hook, and he had to do it. He didn't want to. I don't think he wanted to, but it's one of those things where we don't know what he's thinking about. So the thing about this is that we don't have to worry about Twitter anymore. Twitter is it's a plane that's going down on fire. And it's a sad thing to see. So,
well,
and it's been going down for a while. Like you said, I wanted to show you this chart. So, and then I was looking at a conversation today on Twitter from one of the developers, and some of the things he was saying, because he said now he can talk about it, that they were, this is before 2016, that they were in dire straits with money, that they were going to sell our data.
Okay, so this wasn't new. They were in trouble.
No, and the guy that talked said that there was some telecompany that wanted to pay them a lot of money to get our data to track us where we went everywhere, because that information was being tracked by Twitter unless you turned it off through your phone.
So they was gonna sell us out.
Yeah. They might have, but see, this is the thing. We don't know. And then this ties into TikTok, while people are saying, what's the big deal about TikTok? Well, that's it. Trackability. Remember, Apple turned that feature off for us so we can tell apps not to track us. Not tracking us means they don't know anything about what we're doing, where we're going, what we're saying, all of those things that advertisers use to target us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going on with Twitter. And again, if you never liked it, never looked at it, it's you don't have to worry about it. So Twitter, we wiped off the wall. Now, so where does that leave us to where we need to be looking at right now? And we talked a little bit about that last week. My recommendation was YouTube, because I see some things that they're doing, but some people aren't happy with being on YouTube because it's a hard row. It's hard work to put in, but once you put it in, the results are, you're in. It's like being in. And I'm not even talking about the YouTube partner program. I'm talking about getting views, getting people to look at your videos. YouTube is doing a lot of things with shorts. The community tab is available for everybody now. It used to be you had to have 500 subscribers. The community tab is what got me all in with it now, is because the community tab is where you can put Twitter-like, Instagram-like things. So, on Instagram, you put the graphic and you write a caption and you ask them a question. There's polls. If you want to do text, like on Twitter, that community tab will do it. And you're going, well, who's going to see the community tab? YouTube's going to push that out.
Right. Because it is beneficial to them.
Yes.
Because they do use your data.
Yes.
For ads.
Google doesn't have a money problem right now.
Mm-mm.
They don't have a money problem, so they don't have to worry about that. But they do need active users, and not monthly or signups. Daily active users. So we're gonna look at that. So
they actually do have a lot of daily active users on YouTube.
Yeah. So but first before we get to YouTube, let's go through the old standby. So Facebook demographic and users number of monthly active users 2.91 billion. I gotta find the daily. Largest age group 25 to 34. That's the age group that's using Facebook. Gender 43% female, 57% male. They don't have data on other genders. Time spent on Facebook per day, the average. This is average 33 minutes. Okay. Now let me bring up. So while you look at that, let me bring up my notes. I had a few notes about the Facebook demographics. So, Facebook has its issues. They had their quarterly earnings report and they fell out the top 20 on the tech stock list. Their valuation went down a lot, but they had their valuation was high anyway. So, and also they're saying the source where I got this from was, I forgot what the source. I'll put it in. They're saying that Facebook has fallen from 38 minutes per day to 33 minutes over the past 5 years. And that Facebook has an issue with youth. So that age group 25.
Right. So
that's where it starts.
We had a comment from a Facebook user. You're going to have to put your name in there talking about Facebook, because if you came in through the group or something kind of way,
right. StreamYard, you have to give StreamYard permission, I think.
Yes, or whatever is happening over there. But that person is saying 33 minutes. Wow. I wonder what the average time is on Instagram.
We're going to get to that. We're getting to Instagram. That's coming up next. Now, see, the thing about Facebook, that it's still a place you want to be. And I always recommend to everybody, go to Facebook. Even though they got problems and this and that and la 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 la, Facebook has the best, well, not the best, the free tools for business owners to use.
Right.
And they're adding more. And then remember, we talked a few, maybe last month or so, that they're changing the algorithmic feed to include non-family and friends.
Right. They're serving you up to everybody.
Right.
Whatever
Right.
you're posting, they're sharing it out.
That's opportunity. That's opportunity. You got a business page. We need to start cranking out stuff. Okay. So that's where, and I try to get my Facebook, my iPad not to go to sleep, but it won't. I'm trying to get, I don't want it to lock.
Oh, you have to go into this.
Yeah, I'm there. It won't. Yeah,
I can't set it to never.
I can't get. I know I can't get to it. It's stuck on 2 minutes for some reason.
If your battery is in the low power mode,
that's what it is.
It is not going to let you do it.
That's what it is. And I had it there, so let me do that real quick. Where's the oh, there it is. Yeah, I had it in low power mode for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, but they're trying to look out for us.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so because otherwise, if I put it down and start talking, then I have to tap it, and it's kind of irritating. All right, so Facebook has the ad revenues. They're there for now. It's not as much as it was before Apple did their iOS update where we can block the ads from tracking us, but it's still there. Their user growth has slowed, but it's still a viable place. Okay. So any questions about Facebook before we move on?
No, it was good.
Mark is here.
Yeah, Mark has a comment. He said, "Hello, everyone. If you haven't already done so, after you fill your tank with some Bizchicks wisdom, go vote."
Good advice. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Thank you. Because it is election day. Okay, so let's move on to Instagram. Okay, so Instagram demographics is number of monthly active users. They reached 2 billion. I think they're a little over it, but they're 2 billion. Largest age group 25 to 34, with 18 to 24 close behind at 31%. So the 25 to 34 is 31.2%, and then the 18 to 24s is there at 31%. Gender 48.4 female, 51.8% male. That's pretty close. Time spent on Instagram per day, 29 minutes.
So it's interesting to me that both their demographics include 25 to 34-year-olds. Because they didn't say above, 40, 50 or whatever. Like that.
And remember, this group, 25 to 34, is old, young millennials.
And that's what I'm saying. So we were thinking that on Facebook, it was the above the millennials. What is that? Boomers?
No, Gen X.
Gen X. Okay. So Gen X is not their largest thing.
The oldest millennial is 40 now.
Okay.
So 40 to 54 might be Gen X. I had to check my numbers.
But it's interesting to note that on Facebook, it was not the Gen X or the boomers.
Right.
The largest group was the millennials.
Right. And this remember, they are up to 2 billion users. They did that pretty fast within 3 years.
Right.
So Instagram has a hold on millennials, a little bit of Gen Z. Remember, they're flocking Gen Z TikTok now. So also remember, Instagram's focus is going to be e-commerce and shopping and live shopping, all those things that they're trying to test out. Remember, we talked Friday about they had some updates with live and the stars and all the things that if you go live, you can get money, and they're doing a lot of stuff with creators.
Right.
Reels are popular over there, but Reels don't beat the TikToks. But it's okay. I mean, this is good. So you might want to focus more on Instagram. And the thing about that is there's a lot of complaint about, well, I can't get seen, I can't. Well, there's things we can do to improve that. You might want to dip your toe in ads and get a little push that way.
Or would you suggest that we play with the boost a little bit? Because I saw something I had put out, and they said, well, if you pay $14, you can get this boosted to.
Okay, see, there's the thing about Boost. Boost is like a quick little button that you click and you feel better. But if you go into the Facebook ad manager, you get to track or target more of who you want to do.
Okay.
There's more settings in the ad manager, yes, but you get to tweak it to, who you want to reach exactly.
So one is if they do it for you, we'll just put it out to some people.
Right.
You may not know who they put it out to.
Mm-hmm.
And then
well, it's general. Boost is like a general thing to your audience.
And it's not targeted.
Right. And if you go into ad manager, there's a lot of, they've made it easier, like a wizard to walk through, but you get to tweak it more. It's the same thing. There's no difference between a boost and an ad. It's just they're calling it a boost and they're doing the work for you, and you get a general sort of audience. Whereas, in the ad manager, you can do custom audiences. You can, if you're doing local ads, you can set the range of the, all those. I don't want to get into the details, but Boost looks like it looks good, but then it's like, okay, it's a general kind of thing. And if you got the time and the inclination and you want to go into the ad manager and don't be afraid of it, just try to set as many. It's like the airline pilot that he either puts it on autopilot or manual flies the plane, and there's all those knobs in there.
Yes, so
that's what it is.
All right, so people need to, if you're going to do it, you need to do it right.
Right, because Boost is an ad. Boost is an ad. It's just Facebook doing it for you, and you feel better. But you're spending your money. Do you want to get really targeted? I do.
Yeah.
And that means going in and looking at all those knobs. Going, what do I? But they've gotten better with the wizard, like as far as your goal, like what your goal is and everything. So and do what, if you're fine with the boost, then use the boost.
And just make sure that it works.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer. I mean, as long as you get a result based on your budget of what you want to spend. Right. I wouldn't say go overboard and spend all the money. Stick with your ad budget. What can I afford to give to my ads?
Right.
And do that.
Mark says, my social media posts rarely gets any attention or interaction. I have surrendered to the idea that I am simply leaving evidence of my thoughts' presence on this planet. Before my imminent departure, I was here.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with being here and putting your opinion, because you never know when something is going to get picked up by someone or something or whatever. And that's a part of, with Instagram, there's no way people are going to see your old post from like 5 years ago. Instagram is a posted today, gets seen today. Nobody's going to search back through your post from last year, because that's not the way it's set up. So you might want to think about that. Like, okay, well, I might want to post stuff and then do more stories or do a lot. So this is the thing about Instagram. There's so many places to put content, but it's not a library. Like YouTube's a library. And there'll always be, you could do a video from 10 years. A 10-year-old video still does well today because someone's going in and searching for that content and I said that last week, you have to answer specific questions. So put it up.
So what would happen if we answered specific questions on Instagram as well?
You could do that, but it's not going to be there's no longevity with Instagram.
Exactly. But I'm saying just to
you could do it in Reels. I would do it in Reels and make it as short as you possibly can, where they get the value, what you're trying to put out.
Okay, because I'm just thinking, because answering specific questions always help, but you just get seen more on YouTube than you do anywhere else.
Right, because it's there. Nobody's going back and searching your Reels.
Correct.
It's like a snack today. But
Oh, it's over. You know,
but
I don't
because
remember what a
YouTube
sandwich was. What that sandwich was.
because YouTube is a part of Google, which is search engine SEO based, there's more of a chance you getting seen because somebody asked a question, and if your channel is specific about one topic, they will watch that one video and go watch the others. Whereas Instagram is not like that. Instagram is a today kind of thing.
Okay. And okay.
Now Instagram did add the thing about the option about pinning a post to your profile, and that's good, but you can only pin 3 things. And this is the deal, most users aren't going to go and search through your profile from 5 years ago, whereas they would do that on YouTube, because YouTube works that way.
Right.
So you have to remember how the platform works and what it's about and what the platform goals are. Yes, it is to get more users and to keep you active, but there's also some minor things that they want, some minor goals they want when you're on the platform. So that's why we talk about them all the time. And these things change. So you saw that with Instagram. The CEO announced a few months ago, and everybody got upset, and blah blah blah. So you see those kind of things. All right, so this is Instagram. We're going to move on. Let's move on to
Hey, Dr. Tachi.
Hey, Dr. Tachi. So YouTube, number of monthly active users, 2+ billion. Largest age group, 15 to 35. See that spread there?
Mm-hmm.
Gender, 46% female, 54% male. Time spent per session, less than 30 minutes. Now, let's talk about YouTube. Now YouTube is popular with the younger users. So you see that 15, the Gen Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then YouTube added shorts on, so they really got their attention. The ad, we're not even going to talk about their ad platform because, it's there.
You gotta work something to be on their ad platform.
Right. So there's some more information here. 62% of YouTube users log in daily. 62%. Now, the downside for YouTube is that they're going for entertainment rather than to find brands and products. But there is opportunity there with, like we said earlier, about answering specific questions, running some ads, looking at now Google's ad platform is kind of, it's not easy. I'm not a fan of their ads, but we're talking YouTube, so you have to figure that out. But this is the thing with YouTube, is that it has, wait a minute, I had another chart. Hold on, let me bring up another chart that I had. That's linked there. Okay. Should I bring that one up? All right, let me bring this one up. I got so many tabs open. Let me see. Can I bring up another thing? Yeah. Or is it going to get rid of that? It doesn't matter. I can come back to it.
Right, because.
Okay, let me see. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is Statista,
like Statista.
Yeah. Statista, and let me see. I wanted to bring it up bigger, but
okay. So then you can take us out.
Okay. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, I'm gonna take us out.
Okay. Is that a little better? I was trying to zoom it. Let me zoom it. It's gonna make all my tabs bigger. I don't care. How's that?
Yes, we can see that better.
Okay, let me go back to StreamYard. Okay, so let's get rid of the banner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take a look at this. Average time spent per day on select social media platforms. Let me scan up a bit. Oh yeah. Alexa, be quiet. Alexa, stop. Oh yeah, I think it's annoying. Okay, so average time spent per day on select social media platforms in the U.S. This is as of April 22 in minutes. TikTok 45.8 minutes. YouTube 45.6 minutes. Now this is April, so Twitter is a little high. We're not gonna even look at that. Snapchat is next, 30.4. Facebook 30.1. Instagram 30.1, and Reddit is on there, 23.8. Now this is from eMarketer. We talked about them earlier. So let's look at this. This is April 2022. This is 18 years and older. So they didn't even talk to the 15-year-olds. So look at this TikTok and YouTube. This is time spent.
So what I'm seeing is, if I want to get my work in front of somebody, I need to figure out how to be over on TikTok and YouTube.
Yes.
Figure out how to build an audience over there.
Yes. And see, Facebook is and Instagram is still standing strong because they're one of the bigger ones. You know,
Right.
Facebook is here. It's been around, I can't even, was it 10, 12 years, maybe more?
Yeah.
Instagram a little bit less, but look at that. This is time spent. This is eyeballs in the app.
And I understand it may take a little more effort to get the ball rolling, but I was thinking about Mark's content specifically. Mm-hmm. I think he would do well on YouTube, talking about the things that he puts on Instagram, and he can do a voiceover if he doesn't want to be like on camera.
Exactly. YouTube, you do not have to show your face. There are tons of channels they don't show a person's face. It's because it's about the content, the message that's being released and put into YouTube.
Mark is like, I hate that shameful on-screen report that my iPhone sends me. If you're inspired to call me a loser, just do it already. Stop being passive aggressive. Mark has got some really good content.
But that data is useful, Mark. It's useful. It's useful. So this is good news to know. This is news to know. I mean, We've been talking about TikTok. We've been talking about them, but we haven't been talking about YouTube.
Right now, and if we had a choice, you probably want to go with YouTube because we don't know what TikTok may not be here by the end of the year.
TikTok has a thing going on, and I was thinking about I think it's the Commerce Department, and there's another thing I looked up yesterday that they're not agencies, but that part of the government can shut that app down. And I don't think it'll come from Biden. I don't think it'll come from Congress. It's going to come from one of those rules that's already in place, because there's the foreign part of it where it may be a threat.
Right. So you just need to have a plan B in your pocket.
Right. And so if one of these departments decides, well, this thing got to go, Google and Apple have to comply. So it's not an impossibility. It will be an uproar. And let me go back here. It'll be an uproar. It sure will. Because these Gen Z, these kids will lose their mind. Especially the creators that are making money.
But see, here's the thing about business and life in general. There is always change. Stuff is going to change.
They're not going to like it. And it may not come to that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's just to keep a lookout on it. And the last thing we talked about was that over in Europe, they're telling the users over there that, China's using your data.
It's so like that. But we had to pivot. Everybody is going to have to pivot. The pandemic showed us that. You better figure out a new way of doing something because this is what we are in right now. So if you see the handwriting on the wall that TikTok may go away, you need to have a plan B or C in place.
Yeah. So this is what we got while we're talking about these numbers, this demographics, these data that's there, that people are asking questions and finding out what's going on, because Twitter goes away, that those people will go somewhere. They might go to LinkedIn. I've seen a lot of people going to LinkedIn. You know, the ones that are, or say, reputable journalists or people that are there, for reputable reasons.
I like how you said that, reputable people, because the other people are not going to be welcome.
See, the trolls will go over there too, but they're not going. People on LinkedIn is not going to put up with that.
No, they're not going to last on leaking. The
They're
trolls will
not.
not.
They don't want that over there. So this is the thing. Where are people going to go? They have to go somewhere. So um maybe they'll just just go outside and touch some grass. I like it. People say that all the time. Tell go outside and touch some grass. So we don't know where these people are going to go, but they're going to disperse from Twitter. So I've heard people talk about fan base and this and that, but I don't know. It's splintering. So this and I was saying this was the change that's going to happen. Where do we go? But as business owners, that's our focus. Is like, where are the people that we care about? Our audience. It's always good to know that. Where are they going to go? We need to follow them. Not everybody. That particular your target audience. Where are they going? And then another side of this is to build your own. We've been talking about that forever. Please build your own platform. That means your website, that means your email list, the things that you pay for, and start trying to gather those people into another community that you control, whether it's your website or what was it, Heartbeat we were talking about. There's Mighty Networks. But again, all of these places, they are owned by somebody else. But if you're paying a fee, you have more rights than versus the Twitter people that are upset, the users that are upset because that was a free platform.
And they were not paying. Yeah, you cannot. That's just gumption on your behalf, on your part, to be like, well, I want this, and this, but you are not contributing to a thing.
And you put a lot of work into building up your presence, your brand presence on a platform, wherever you are. And you don't have to be everywhere. You just have to be where your potential customers are. And there's lots of information and data to know that. And you need to keep aware of it. And then we're going, we're already in talk of, inflation, recession. Things are going to be a little worse next year. So think about all of those things. Like, people aren't going to be paying, I got this $3,000 course. Well, you might get depends on who your audience is, but that kind of thing might not fly next year. So,
oh, you mean $3,000 course?
Mm-hmm.
Or one is 22.
No, I'm not putting those people down. If they can get it, get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, because I've been looking through my courses and stuff, and I found a course that I was doing. One person wanted to charge like $22,000 for a whole year's worth of work, and I was just like, no.
If they can do it, let them.
No. And they may be really good at what they do, but no.
Things are just changing, and you have to be aware. That's all I'm saying. Just be aware of it. So if you're getting that much for a course, hey, I'm glad that it's going well for you. It may not next year, or those people, or memberships where people have, paying all of these prices a month. That might drop off. Just be prepared.
And that is why you have always preached value. What are you going to get for the money? What are the people going to get for what you're asking?
Mark says,
I'll do it for $18,000 if you sign up today. Okay, Mark.
Well, see, this is the thing. If it's a high value course like that and it's going to deliver, and you got the budget for it, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead. But it has to be something of value. It can't just be, well, I'm going to charge $2,000-$3,000 for my course, but when they get in there, they're not giving you anything.
Well, I'm just saying, Tony Robbins and them, all of a sudden, their courses are not like they used to be. I'm talking about price-wise.
Because they're smart. They realize the price point, people aren't going to pay that because we're going into a place of the economy is changing. So
the people want help, but they don't want help.
You have to adjust it to make sure you get the clients, the customers you want. Now, when things get better, hopefully in a year or two or whenever sooner than that, those prices will go back up, but they'll have more value to give. Tony Robbins he'll give you value.
Yes, he will definitely bring you
value. And I'm not saying that he's got it's like $50, but he gets value. So if you're in that income bracket and your budget and you can do it and you feel like you're going to get something out of it, then do it. So, and you saw everybody that, oh, I have a course. I have a course. I'm like, okay, well, that flies now, but when the pocketbook is tight, people are like, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. And Frank can attest to this with real estate. You see how things are going.
Yep.
That's a great indicator of how the economy going. People selling their houses or buying, what's going on with that?
Look, the sellers ain't being picky like they was before.
Exactly.
There have been lots of price drops
here
lately, just because the buyers are like,
And see, when COVID first hit, it was different. People wanted to get out, and they were buying stuff sight unseen.
I was like, "Ooh, we'll take it, and we'll pay $20,000 above."
They want
the
desire to get, especially if they were in an urban area like New York City. So many people left, and they were like going and buying, just bidding on houses. They didn't even see the house. They were just on the phone. It was great. I mean, well, not great for everybody, but for real estate, it was a boom.
Right. And I was like, you almost did not have to do anything.
Right. It sold itself because the desire was there for people to get out of a crowded area into a place where they had a yard, or it was, air, and there was a lot of people around, that kind of thing. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, now the economy is different, and people are like, okay. So,
and people are rethinking the whole thing.
Yeah.
People still want to buy, but they are rethinking everything. And so if people wait just a little bit, the sellers are more compliant. They're like,
yeah. So real estate, if you look at real estate, the industry, that's a great indicator of what's going on. Right. Always look at real estate going, what's going on? Oh, okay. Like, they were buying houses sight unseen. Who does that?
They don't care what the appraisal was. We don't care. We'll just take it as is. Really?
It was a house.
You don't know what's in the walls. You don't know what's in the walls. It was
a house, and they could get out of the city.
But the thing was, you don't know what the history of the house was. You don't know what was in the walls.
When people their back is against the wall, and you're talking about, I could die if I'm out. I don't care I'll fix it. I'll deal with it later. And later is here. And
now they finding out stuff. The pipes is breaking. The such and such and such and such. I'm like, woo-wee.
Wow.
Don't be desperate.
Okay, so that's some of the demographics, and I wanted to show you so you can think about where you want to hang out, where your people are.
I'm gonna look into some more YouTube stuff. I have a channel over there for real estate, and then for my thought leadership type stuff, I have I got those two channels, and one on tech, but just putting, like I said, for Mark, there's no clutter over there either. When you go to YouTube, there's a lot less clutter than on Instagram and Facebook.
Right. And also with YouTube, you can set your channel up if you're worried about hate speech trolls and things. There's things you can set up in there to make the experience more pleasant and get rid of that element. Right. Not to say that, if you do a live, there's always a chance when you do a live, somebody's going to show up and say whatever.
Stupid stuff. And we had that happen on Sunday on a channel that I monitor. They said, we got some stuff happening. I was like, okay. So I had to go in there, remove them, then go in the back end and put them in the blocked user content because they went in and tried to subscribe to the channel and tried to act
to get in. Some of them are persistent. But
you got nothing else to do.
I mean, I've started to do more with my YouTube channel this week. So I was just like, okay, this Twitter thing, I'm over it. Where are we gonna go? I'm going to do more YouTube stuff. I did more LinkedIn stuff yesterday. So That's it. And then I had some Pinterest numbers if you guys want to see it, but I don't know if you're interested in Pinterest.
We can take a look. We're
All
here.
right. All right.
Because that's another place for some people. They hang out on Pinterest. I'm not necessarily one of them.
So let's look at that. All right. So Pinterest number of monthly active users of 431 million. Largest age group 50 to 64.
So
Look at that. Look at that.
The boomers is hanging out on Pinterest.
Mm-hmm. And look, gender 78% female, 22% male. I mean, that's not a shocker. Time spent per day 14.2 minutes. Now remember, Pinterest has their idea pins, which is their answer to shorts and reels, and so they've got their little thing going on. And you might want to look at these numbers and say, do I want to be there? Now it is female dominated, but there is an opportunity for male dominated or male focused products and services over there. Because it's not that much, you might gain some ground.
Right. And Mark said, I never understood Pinterest. I posted things on there for a while and then surrendered. It's not my jam. And that's okay.
Right. That's because, well, here's another stat. 45% of Pinterest users have a household income of 100,000 plus. Also, 70% of users say they trust Pinterest and it's their favorite place to research products. So it is more product oriented. But if you've got a service-based business, there's a way to get traction on Pinterest. So let's get some of the other numbers. So 18 to 29 is 32%. 30 to 49 is 34%. And the largest, well, of course, the largest demo we just said is 50 to 64%. Also, they have a user base of 400. Is that 400 plus pinners? Well, they have a user base that holds steady. Also, ad revenues are up from where they were a couple of years ago. I have not paid a lot of attention to the latest news on Pinterest, but there's an opportunity. And to get traction over here is to use the idea pins. I've heard of that. So you might want to, if you're doing short form video, remember Fran was saying you use an app that lets you make video independent of all the platforms, and you upload it to Reels, you upload it to Shorts, you upload it to Pinterest, you upload it here and there.
Right. You do it one time and then put it out to those different places.
Right.
You can.
And that makes it easier for you.
Right.
When you're creating content.
Right. Mark, I think you and I need to talk offline because I can see some stuff for you. Seriously, you can do shorts, based on the wisdom that he shares.
Mm-hmm. Right. So this is why we're here. You want to think about, how can I get traction on YouTube? How can I build my channel? The thing about YouTube is slow and steady growth. It's slow. It's that's the thing that frustrates a lot of people when they think it's an instant boom. I'm going to go viral. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. No, it's more of I'm there digging the ditch every day.
Right. It is. And that's exactly it. You have to put stuff up.
Right. You have to stick with it. You have to be consistent. Even if you think, well, nobody's okay. Mark has a comment.
You have inspired me to look at YouTube again. I have some stuff on there. It never received any views, but I'm posting elsewhere with little interaction. So why not add another spot? It's not going to hurt.
See, the thing with YouTube is you can experiment with, like Fran just said, you experiment with different things.
Right.
You don't have to put your face on. You could do graphics and talk over the top of that, or photos, and there's lots of inspirational things going on YouTube.
And you answer a specific question, like your question on what is success, and then answering a specific question like that, and I'll send you a link for questions that people are asking on YouTube. when they're asking something. And Dr. Tachi says YouTube is starting to gain some steam for me.
See, you got, but this is the thing. Everybody's looking for microwave growth.
Not happening.
That's not where we want to be. You want to be on a place where your old content will be served up because YouTube makes the match. YouTube is a matchmaker. Because they want the users to be happy. They want the creators to be happy. Why? Because that's more time spent on the platform and they get to get more revenue from ads. See?
And I'm telling you, answering specific question is key. And there's a couple of other little keys that TJ, and I know TJ's learning some things that I've learned. I was like, oh, okay. The hashtags that you use, and there's some other little.
And see, the thing is, I noticed that YouTube is starting to do little things to get more people over there. They know they have an issue with, now they haven't changed the YouTube partner program in a while, but it's like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time. It was higher than that a few years ago.
It was way high.
It was way high, and there was complaints about I can't ever reach that. So YouTube dropped it a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to drop that YouTube partner program, but everything else outside of that, they have made available. That community tab is going to be a game changer. The shorts is you're going to get traction from shorts. You just have to go, okay, I got to keep going at it. I got to put content out that's valuable. I got to answer specific questions. I got to think YouTube. People are there to search for things and also entertainment. They're there for entertainment, but they're also there. I think I mentioned last week that some of the research I saw, someone was talking about a video called How to Drill a Hole in a Wall.
Right.
That was done like 12 years ago.
He answered a specific question and got millions of views on an old video.
And another thing, you don't want to delete your YouTube videos. Leave it.
Even though you don't like them and you don't feel good about them, just leave them up there.
Yep. Because Roberto Blake, if you're not following him, I follow him a lot for YouTube stuff, but he's doing a lot more. He was always saying about you don't delete it, you leave it there because it looks crap. He talked about his videos when he first started out. They look crappy. I look crappy. But he leaves them there because they get traction. YouTube does that for you. Instagram doesn't do that. Instagram wants content right today.
Right. Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot retitle it so that it gains more traction.
Right.
You just got to figure out what wording is. And between TJ and I have a link that'll questions that people, answer the public.
Answer the public. I was just going to say, look at use research tools that let you see the question that people are asking, and you don't even have to use that. You can just go straight to Google, because at the bottom they have the the question. Not at the bottom, it's at the top. It says people ask, or the questions people ask
in the search. And anyway, I think we should do a workshop, TJ, because I'm telling you what, YouTube is like, oh, okay.
So and I was not using YouTube on mobile. I just straight desktop user, and I was like, wait a minute, let me look at this app. And I started looking at all the things that are there and going, okay. And I know that there is a thing about getting traction, getting views, getting this. But the people I follow, Nick Nimmin is another one I follow. The people that I follow on YouTube that talk about growth on YouTube, saying you have to just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And if you see a video that doesn't do well, try approaching it a different way. And it's not about, I got to have the perfect setup. I got to have the perfect this and that. You can, but there's people on YouTube, their channels are growing with just graphics. And they're not showing a face. So...
Right. Like have you ever seen the lo-fi channel where they're just playing music so people can work by?
Oh, I love those.
I know.
There's the jazz channel. They have, I follow one that they do beaches.
Right.
They just film beaches and just like 3 hours of beach.
The waves.
The waves.
And it's like
ASMR people.
And they got millions of views and they're not saying a word. They just put it up. sights of Chicago and
Mm-hmm.
put some music and some video. Just
Mm-hmm.
you understand, there's so many things that you can do over there, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. And I was playing my last short. I was playing around with the green screen because I saw Gary Vaynerchuk doing that. So I was like, let me try this. And all I did was a screenshot of something, and I just was talking about it, and just
And put
it
it in the
just
background.
don't overthink it.
Right.
Don't overthink it.
And it doesn't have to be a full production or anything. It could just be a thought that you have, my thought for the week or my thought for the day. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's gonna be lots to talk about where the Twitter people going. And I'm like, they're talking about Blue Sky and something Tribal Social and something Mastodon or something. I'm like, no, there's only one Twitter. And unfortunately, we might have to say goodbye.
And so there's two things that we may need to say goodbye to, and that's why we need to be prepared to be somewhere else.
And we can't say the apps can't go away because there's lots of apps that have gone away. I remember, is it
Friendster,
Friend Feed? There's tons that I was, years ago using, and they're not. They're gone bye in the app grave in the sky. So,
and MySpace is almost there.
Yeah, but MySpace got a little. They have a use with the music industry. So, but I mean, that's what we're here to talk about, and it's like, where do we go? Things are changing. I know there's talk about the metaverse and this and that. That's a way off, but we definitely need to keep that in mind. But like, where do we want to hang out now? Because the deal is that you need to get attention to your content and your business and what you're doing online. So where do we do that? For now, TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, get on it and get some traction. But remember to push them to your stuff, your website, your email list, even your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And then when TikTok has this day, or if it doesn't, then you're ready. Want to be ready.
Because there's some stuff that you can do with the YouTube to be ready. You can do call to actions on YouTube. Mm-hmm. There's all kind of.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's why I rethought about YouTube. I was like, okay, this community tab, other things that they're doing, they're bringing their little verification in line, and not that you need verification. There's big talk about that on Twitter about the blue check, and you really don't need that as a business owner. You just need to be there as a presence, and your brand presence, know, like, and trust is our blue check.
And what I would tell you is, with the handles, go get your handle.
Yeah.
When they tell you you can choose a handle, please go get it before somebody else gets it.
Yeah. You want that handle because it makes it easier to share your channel. It makes it easier for people to find you often on YouTube.
Yeah, because I was
like, little things like that. That's what I'm saying. YouTube is making those little tiny changes, and they know they have an issue where people complaining about, you're not gonna be Mr. Beast. I'm not looking to be Mr. Beast with his, what does he got, like 1 trillion subscribers or something? I don't know what he has, but he spends a lot of time on his videos, so he deserves what he has. So that's what it is: spending time, being consistent, answering the questions, bringing the value. Do those things, and then
I am inspired to go back in there and start playing with my YouTube again. I'm working with it on my shorts, but I don't. Mm-hmm. haven't done some longer stuff.
See, the thing is with the shorts, you don't have to do anything new. You can go back and get some old video.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I need to do some longer.
Longer stuff. With the shorts, you could do it, and with your old videos, you could do it before and after. Like before, it was like this in 2010, and then 2022 is this
now.
Yeah. So there's lots of things. Just be, excited about it, and
don't be afraid of it. That is the main thing. Just jump out there, and you got help here. There are people, we can do this as a community together. Mm-hmm. We come and sit around. Okay, let's look at your channel. Let's look at this channel. We just do it as a community and help one another and follow one another.
Right. Because we're in a time where there's uncertainty, and there's a lot of business owners going, well, what do I do? Where do I go? And I'm like, okay, don't panic. But this is where you need to look at the numbers, look at the data, look at what's on your platforms now, see what's going on, and then we're gonna ride this out. Stay calm, stay cool, stick with it.
This is gonna be fun.
Yep.
Thank you, TJ. This was
You're
really
welcome.
valuable because I'm thinking about some stuff for my
There
YouTube.
you go. That's what it is. I want you to think about YouTube and think about doing more and what little things you can do. Also, follow if you're interested in learning more about YouTube. We're gonna work on a workshop, but in the meantime, look at Roberto Blake, Nick Lemon,
Evan
there's a couple other
Carmichael.
people. Think Media.
Yes, Think Media, Evan Carmichael, Roberto Blake. Who was the other person you mentioned?
Nick Lemon.
Nick Lemon. Okay, because all of these people have really good.
Oh, another channel to follow is vidIQ. It's a platform that helps you grow your YouTube channel. You don't have to buy anything from them. You just follow. They have content that helps you with YouTube, with growing your YouTube channel. So there's lots. I can't. Those are the things off the top of my head that I follow. Right. So the people.
Yeah, Mark said you reminded me, so I just secured my YouTube handle.
Good. And then YouTube, the thing is, YouTube will send you an email when that's available for you. Which it should have been out. You should have gotten it already.
Exactly, because I'm like, if you don't check the email, because I was like, whoa, wait, let me go get because I got my name. I was like, whoa,
right,
because somebody was gonna try to take your name, and then for my tech diva stuff, somebody had got it. I was like, how does somebody already have it?
Wow.
Dang it. But I fixed that. I put a THE on the front. Okay. So anyway.
There you go. And if you got a YouTube channel that you just, kind of let go, you might want to dust it off, or you might want to think about doing a new channel. But make sure you are targeting an audience. Don't just be general about it. Make sure you're answering specific questions, talking to a specific group. It doesn't have to be a big group.
No, and see, that was the other thing. Your community doesn't have to be like Mr. Beast with millions and trillions of followers. It could just be maybe you got a couple of hundred people that are following you for your content. Mark, I will follow you.
Yes, put your handle in there. Mark will follow you. And see, the thing is, YouTube wants to help the small creator, the small YouTuber, because that if we get discouraged, we're not going to be there making content. We're not going to be there doing the things we need to do. So YouTube helps you.
Yeah, it's a win for them and us.
Yeah. So YouTube, I know it's a lot, but there's treasure there.
We all got a shovel. We all gonna dig. Let's go.
We're all in this together. We're there with you too. So don't worry. All right. So that's what I have for you today. I'm excited to see everybody, go. If you're going to YouTube or Pinterest or LinkedIn, let me know in the comments which one you want to go to.
Right. And then you put your handles in so we can follow.
Yeah.
Put your handle in the comments.
Definitely. And that's it. That's all I have.
Ooh, this was really good. Very tasty. We got steak today. I was gonna say steak and eggs, but okay. We got a real good breakfast today. Thank you so much, TJ.
You're welcome.
TJ will be back next week. I'm sure she's gonna bring us some more juicy nuggets and
keep my ear out for what's going on with TikTok and Twitter. I'm not really following Twitter anymore. I mean, it's just there. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I'm just keeping my eye on the latest shenanigans from Mr. Musk.
So we will be back next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Thank you all. And while you're here, we are at Bizchicks. We were able to get our handle.
Oh, good. Good. And then, I'm Terry Johnson online everywhere. So. Mark has a question.
Yes. Does anyone have Squarespace experience? My website is there and I have a question. They don't have live support going through help topics. TJ, that is up your alley. And I have now, look, I have my opinions about Squarespace, but TJ is the master
Mark,
with website.
send me a DM wherever you want, and we'll have a conversation about what you need to do. I mean, I know a little bit about Squarespace because I have a client that uses it, but I'm not a fan of it. But I will help, so don't worry about it.
See, you got help. You have help in this community.
I will try to help you navigate the Squarespace water.
Mm-hmm.
So DM me everywhere, wherever you want, whatever platform.
All right. So thank you all. We're
welcome.
Looking forward to next week. Coach Karen will be in tomorrow. Thursday is Happy Healthy Habits. We're talking tech on Friday. I'm sure TJ will have a lot for us to navigate through on Friday because it's only Tuesday right now. So who knows what's happening.
Oh, and my Discord. Let me put I finally fixed
you
the
got
link.
your Discord.
So
yay.
Let me put this in the comment. Why is it not typing? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like so it's info. So it's Terry Johnson Online/info. I finally put the link up. So join me in the Discord.
And the Discord is cool because you get notifications like this. And I like Discord.
And as long as my Twitter thing is going, it's going in there. I'm going to put more stuff in there.
Okay.
In the Discord. So.
All right.
Thank you.
We will see you again soon. And remember, it's okay to make money in your business. And don't forget to go.
Oh, thank you, Tasha. She said the Discord is great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to go to the front of your online. We will see you soon. Bye.